Reports can often be unreliable when it comes to providing accurate information. One factor that can make this happen is if the report is based on opinion rather than scientific observations. Another thing that can make reports unreliable is if the author of the report has a vested interest in the result. If the author is being paid to find certain results, then the report may be biased. False information can also make reading reports unreliable. If data or facts are inaccurate, then the report will not be factual. Lack of proofreading can also make a report unreliable. If there are errors in a report, it could lead to the reader questioning the validity of the report. Outdated information is another factor that can lead to unreliable readings. If the data is no longer relevant or accurate, then the report will not be as helpful. A lack of sources can also render a report unreliable. Without proper citations, readers cannot verify the authenticity of the information. Poor structure of a report can make the reading unreliable. If the report is not organized or easy to follow, then the readers may become confused while reading the report. Reports that provide too little information can also make the reading unreliable. If the report does not include enough detail, then the reader won't be able to draw any conclusions. Reports that lack objectivity or fairness can add to the issue of reliability. If the author has an agenda, then the report could be biased in favor of one party. Reports that are too long can also make the reading unreliable. If the report is too lengthy, then the reader may become bored or overwhelmed while trying to read it. If the report includes jargon or technical terms that are difficult to understand, this can also make it unreliable. The reader may not understand the language in the report, making it harder to draw conclusions. Reports that do not provide evidence can also be unreliable. Without supporting evidence, it is difficult to trust the information that is being presented. Unprofessional writing can also lead to an unreliable report. If the report is written poorly or has errors, then the reader may discount what is being said. An unreliable report can also be caused by outdated or incorrect data. If the data is not up to date or accurate, then the report may be inaccurate. If the author does not provide enough information, this can also make the reading unreliable. If the report does not cover all the facts, then the reader may be left with unanswered questions. Reports that use words that are not understood by the audience can also be unreliable. If the information presented is too complex, then the average reader may be confused. Miss because of a lack of accuracy. If information is not accurate or verified, then the reader may not be able to draw accurate conclusions. Different writing styles can also contribute to an unreliable reading. If the style of the report is confusing or difficult to grasp, then the reliability of the content is brought into question. Reports that do not explain the purpose or intent of the research can also be unreliable. The reader may find it difficult to assess the information if the objective of the research is not clearly given. Grammar and spelling errors can also make the reading unreliable. Poor writing may lead the reader to question the accuracy of the information. If the author doesn't explain how the data was obtained or give an indication of the methods used, then the reader cannot be certain of the accuracy of the results. Poor formatting can also be a cause of an unreliable report. The reader may struggle to understand the information if the layout of the report is confusing. If the report does not contain any acknowledgement of bias or acknowledgements of sources, then the reader may not have a complete understanding of the information. Reports with a lack of information about findings may be unreliable. Without insight into how the research was conducted, the reader may lack the perspective they need to draw useful conclusions. A report that is too opinionated can also be unreliable. If the author presents their opinions in a way that disregards scientific evidence, then the report may be inaccurate.